the primary communications facility for us. They disinfect it, etc. That has kept our communication staff up and running. We've had very few problems with folks not able to come to work, and I feel like it's another way we can ensure their safety as they come to work. We've also been very fortunate with the staffing on the street. That's our primary responsibility. I feel like that it provides assurance out there for our citizens when they see our police officers, our law enforcement out there. And I think through the PPE equipment that we have been able to provide our police officers, we are putting them in a position where they are very successful in maintaining safety and security in our community while doing the common sense things at the same time that really preserves our staffing. As you know, we have been chasing PPE. It's a difficult commodity, but we feel like that we're in a position right now that we know we can at least move over 2 weeks at a time. So that's comforting. We have an outstanding warehouse system. There's been a lot of folks that have come to the plate, whether that's the Police Foundation, Anheuser-Busch with hand sanitizer, or whatever it may be, that have helped us in that endeavor. I'd also like to commend our public information office out of the police department. They have taken a lead role on the information that goes out from St. Louis County regarding not only the police department or the Department of Health, but frankly all of county government and how we were approaching this problem. And Sergeant Grand and his staff have done an impeccable job regarding that. So we are thinking that we are probably in the peak week this week of the COVID-19 issue. We are hoping to see the numbers start to decline after this week, and perhaps after that we can pivot to perhaps a different environment. I'd also like to take this opportunity, however, to thank the public for what they have done, because they have been extremely cooperative in the manner in which we have had to pivot on some of the responses to our calls, and the public has met us with a tremendous amount of understanding. I've said this before, I've been around for a long time, 34 years. I've always been proud of the people we serve, and no more than right now through this very difficult problem we work together through. So I do appreciate the public's cooperation as we move forward out of this issue. With that, I don't have a lot of other information on COVID-19. I'd be happy to talk to any of the commissioners if you have any questions that are specific to what the police department is doing right now as far as our response and our footing. I would say real quick, we haven't had a big issue with crime over the last 2 months, which goes back to my confidence in the public we serve, and I'm very happy about that. Any questions?
I was going to ask, when you say we haven't had a big problem with crime in the past couple of months, can you briefly give us a rundown on the crime statistics relative to this time that we've been in COVID-19 stay at home?
So for the most part, we'd see a very slight decline, or perhaps pretty much just a straight line in crime. What we have noticed is that there's been more thefts from vehicles, sometimes insecure, sometimes otherwise. But we really haven't seen a spike in violent crime or anything like that. So we've been very fortunate with that. We were interested as we moved into this to find out maybe what this would look like. And we certainly didn't want to be in a position where we saw an increase in crime at the same time. So we've been fortunate with that. We have unfortunately investigated, I believe, 4 homicides in the last 5 weeks. That would be better if we had not done that, but the fact of the matter is those things do happen. And but our staff has been able to go out there and approach those crime scenes and bring those to the best conclusion we possibly can. So for the most part, other than property crimes, I would add vacant buildings to that. Those are pretty much the increases that we've seen right now with crime, but for the most part, our trend line is flat, if not on a gentle decline. And we'll see if that changes as we come out of this.
What number of department personnel, both sworn officers and staff, have been affected with this illness?
I think it's 4, and that's off the top of my head, that we've had positive confirmations on COVID-19. I'm looking at Sergeant Grant, and it says 3 that are positive. We've probably had other staff infected that they may not know about. That would probably trend with what we're hearing out there in the media. But we've been very fortunate with that. And I don't know why that is, other than we were able to get a hold of PPE fairly quickly and exercise instruction to our staff that they use the PPE, and they pivot a little bit in the manner in which they do their job to make sure that we're practicing that social distancing when we can as police officers. So I think that has helped for the most part in preserving our staffing. I did not foresee this. I thought the problem would be a little bigger than it has been. And we'll keep our fingers crossed. We'll certainly keep all these protocols in place moving forward, so we make sure that the minimum number of our staffing is affected by this.
Any other commissioners have questions? If not, we'll proceed. Any old business? Then the news business is the department has a number of contracts they need us to review.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I believe I have 4 contracts. I have a professional services agreement with Stephen Gerard Mollering Jr. For the St. Louis County Municipal Police Academy as an instructor in a program called Combatant Tactics and Self-Defense for Law Enforcement. A professional services agreement with Highway Interdiction Training Specialist Incorporated for advanced roadside interview techniques. A professional services agreement for Van Meter and Associates, training for first line supervision, and a professional services agreement for JLG Train Associates for oral boards for promotion and our assignments. Mr. Chair, if you could ask for a motion in a second.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
And a second?
A second.
All right. All in favor of those contracts, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good. The contracts are approved. Now I believe it's time that we can have our public forum. If you might instruct the public how they can participate with us, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, so if you would like to speak during the public forum, all the same rules will apply that we would do in person as far as time limits and decorum. If you do want to make a statement at this point, you need to virtually raise your hand. So if you click on should be the top right, there's 3 buttons there. You can virtually sort of raise your hand, and I'll see that on my end, and then I can unmute you and you can have your time to speak. So I'll give everybody just a minute to figure that out if they want to do that or not. Okay, I don't see anybody raising their hand virtually, so Commissioner Price, I don't believe anybody wants to make a statement.
All right, very good.
Hold on,
Whoops, here's what.
Diana, did you want to make a statement?
Yep. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm currently out at the dispatch center. I'm assisting the Bureau with staffing during the COVID crisis. As you know, the dispatchers are considered essential staff, so a work at home is not an option for them. Last week was Telecommunicator Week, which came at a perfect time to celebrate the dispatchers while this is going on. So I just want to take a minute to commend all the professional staff in the department. You know, not only are the officers and everybody doing a great job, but also are the professional staff. My main reason I did want to get on here, because I know it is the chief's last meeting, and I just wanted to take the opportunity to personally thank him for his leadership and his dedication that he's provided the department during his career. Working in his office directly, I've seen firsthand the time and effort that he's put into the department and his employees. It takes an extraordinary person to be the chief, especially a large department that we are. Thank you, Chief, for leading us through civil unrest, the loss of Officer Snyder, supporting Prop P, and the current pandemic. Even though you won't resume your full retirement mode immediately, I want to congratulate you and wish you the very best in your future endeavors. And then also, I just wanted to, I think Deputy Chief and Amy are there. I just wanted to say hi and tell them that I miss them, and I hope that I will be back. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Diana. Thank you. Your words are well spoken. It's too bad that we can't have more of an official celebration for Chief Belmar's career and welcoming Chief Barton to her new challenges. We'll try and circle around and do that a little later when we can all be together again. But thank you. And Lieutenant Dolly, thank you very much for orchestrating this meeting. It seems a little odd, but I think we're getting our work done. Now, if there are no objections, I will read the notice and we'll take a vote to go into closed session. The Board of Police Commissioners may vote to go into closed meeting for review of claims and lawsuits involving the Police Department, Section 610.021.1 RSMO, and Section 114.021 SLCRO, discussion of employee and personnel matters, Section 610.021.3 and 13 RSMO, and Sections 114.021.3 and 13 SLCRO, and an update on union negotiations, Section 610.021.9 RSMO, and Section 114.020.9 SLCRO, and specifications for competitive bidding, Section 610.021.11 RSMO, and Section 114.020.11 SLCRO. Can I have a motion to go into closed meeting?
I move that we go into closed session at this time.
Thank you. And a second?
Second.
Okay. Do you want to, Amy, you want to call the roll?
Commissioner Gardner,
Yes.
Commissioner Hassler,
Yes.
Commissioner Price,
Yes.
Commissioner Punch,
I bet she's muted. Are you?
Sorry about that.
There you
Sorry
go.
about that, guys.
There you go. So is that a yes?
Sorry, yes. Yes.
Thank you. All right. Having voted, the board will now go into closed section. We'll come back into public forum for adjournment. And as I understand it, it will take Lieutenant Dolly just a little bit to set this up for us.
I'll tell you when we're ready. So we're back in our open session.
Okay, thank you. The board has completed its closed session work. We're in open session for purposes of adjournment. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
I'll take that as a
Second.
motion in a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No, the meeting's adjourned. Thank you all so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.